Good morning everyone and welcome to the Common Corner. Usually I say hello everyone, but today it is indeed the morning. It's about 9:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. And perhaps when you're watching this it's not the morning, but it seems that that is the most natural response to you that I offer this morning, is good morning. As you can tell, I haven't quite woken up yet, but I am quite excited to spend this time with you at a time that I usually don't. I very rarely turn on my camera in the mornings, but here I have a little snack which will let our good friend here kind of take care of. This is one of my outside plants actually. She usually lives in the balcony, but it's been extremely windy the last few days here in London, and she keeps being knocked over, so I brought her in just for a little bit of time to make sure that she kind of stays alive past the storms. And I have, of course, my trusty coffee. Today I'm drinking some that's a blank in my brain. I believe this is Argentinian coffee, yes. Very lovely indeed. And of course I've made it with a drip method, or like a filter coffee method, just like this guy on my Midori stamp. His name is Oji-san. He's the Midori mascot, I believe, and these stamps were released for his 30th birthday, which was, I believe it was 2025. Might have been 2024 actually. I think it was 2024. That was Oji-san's 30th birthday. So yes, and also filter coffee is how we traditionally drink coffee in Finland as well, which is where I'm from. Okay, we have the focus of today's video right in front of us over here. I mentioned a few videos ago that I would like to kind of set up a new Commonplace book. With that said, if we look at inside of here, I'm actually gonna trim this little thing off because I used to have a charm here, but it's no longer there and it's distracting me, this little green string. Right, so inside of here lives my Commonplace book. So I will take you through it. And I said that I would be doing a flip through of this one, but I think I slightly overestimated how much time I would have to fill in the rest of the pages during this time of exam season. So I have not been able to do that actually, and this Commonplace book is not completed. But nevertheless, I thought I would kind of take you through it, what I've included in here, things that still need to be, I guess, completed. But I'm just kind of having that yearning to decorate a new cover as a kind of way of relaxing this week. It's quite intense, this time of revision, so I feel like I need to really make time for these kind of things, and I've chosen to do it this fine morning. So I've decorated this. Actually, I want to maybe take it out of here. I've decorated it as so, with a few of these silver, actually just one silver circle from this shop in London called Present and Correct. I've just cut it in half and put it on both sides. I have this little kind of Japanese note, and I actually don't know what it says. I probably should have translated it before I put it on the cover of this book, but it was gifted to me from my friend from her trip to Japan, and so it was this little fox in a coffee cup. And then I have also Megan Rhiannon's sticker, and it says Commonplace, or this is actually a printout, and it says Commonplace there, so it kind of worked quite perfectly. The things I like to commonplace about clearly I haven't woken up my voice quite yet. Yes, so the things that I like to commonplace about are mostly the books I read, and I like to write down excerpts from them, And then also if I watch kind of a life-changing movie, it will find its way into my commonplace book. And I generally just like it to be a place where I keep words that I want to refer back to later on. As you can see here, this is commonplace number 7. And something that I want to do in the summer is first of all, go through my Hobonichi Cousin of X, which is my daily journal and has been for the last 2 years. And then also go through my commonplace books. And I feel like it would just be quite an interesting conversation to see how I started out and how things have evolved and how my interests have evolved and so on and so forth. So that's something that I would love to do. I love that I just happen to have this sticker 7, which is also my lucky number. And this is commonplace book number 7. On the front, I will always have a little introduction, and of course the key that is infamously or famously being kind of popularized by Megan Rhiannon. And I believe that Job's Journal made a video just a few days ago on commonplacing, and he kind of gave her credit for popularizing this practice as well, which is really cool. And yeah, and I have not an excessive, I have 5 little dot stickers which I actually color myself. So I've just bought some empty index dots from one of the office shops nearby, or actually not nearby anymore since I've moved, since I got these empty dot stickers. And then I use my Muji highlighters to color in these dots, and that's how I make them basically. And that's how I kind of get just the right amount of each color, because for example, film and cinema, I tend to use this green dot a lot more than on notebooks and stationery, believe it or not. So yes, and I've just written a little introduction, and I've said this will be a good space for me, calm and safe. And I have a little two still images from one of Wes Anderson's movies, always after this introduction. And also on this introduction page, I would usually have, or is it here? On one of these first pages, I would have the days that this commonplace book took place in, so that I can then match it to the daily pages that were taking place at the same time as this commonplace book was taking place. Bit of a tongue twisted, that one. So yes, after that I have my index so that I can very quickly see what I have included in this book. And then here I usually have a list of things. I have movies to watch, books to read, and then here this time I put a list of cafes to try. But I haven't had as much free time to myself as I would have liked to, and I haven't really been scavenging for new cafes. I've been kind of returning back to my kind of comfort cafes, if you will. One of them being the Common Corner, of course, where I have my coffee every single morning. So yes, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this spread in the next book. Yeah. And also I feel like, because I haven't been kind of carrying around my commonplace book wherever I go, these lists don't really naturally take place in the commonplace book, I guess. So I'm not sure even if I need this spread for my next commonplace book. We'll think about it. I'm very happy that I tried the Traveler's Notebook inserts for my commonplace book. Previously I was commonplacing in the Hobonichi memo pads, which is a very thin notebook of about 50 pages. And I think it was the fact that I was finishing them very quickly. I think this one only has like 10 more pages. This is 60 pages. But for some reason, I just feel attached to it and it works for me. The intention of setting up this next commonplace book is not to start using it right away, but it's just for me to have a bit of fun on this Wednesday morning, in the middle of a long week of revision. Okay, so I have 2 options here. I'm gonna put this aside. When I was at the Miso Paper pop-up, they had a stamp rally, and they had the Traveler's Notebook stamp caravan at the event. Of course, I went ham with these stamps. I also have them collected in some empty paper sheets, like blank sheets, just to make sure that I held on to them, or I kind of collected all of them. And I will be kind of using them in various places after that. But something I also did, which you can see here, is stamping my inserts. I stamped the front. They're having kind of different vibes here, and I also stamped the entirety of the back of here and a little bit on this side. I'm not sure which I will use for my next Commonplace book. I was kind of having the feeling that I will be going with this one. But to be honest, they will both probably end up being my Commonplace books at some point. And this one I also have some more stamps at the back here. And to be honest, I will probably just cut out these pages, most likely. So yeah. And this one I've already put in the information about the grid paper. Good morning, Ka. My partner's just woken up. I keep leaning towards this one, so I think I'm just gonna go with my gut and go with this one. And this book could very well also become my next kind of treasure journal. I keep one where I put all of my extra ephemera in, and this one is already quite ephemera vibes, so I might just keep this as an extra ephemera book. Oops. Just to give you an idea. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is what my extra ephemera books look like. I just stuff things in between the pages, and sometimes I then go back and I glue them in, and it's very messy, and this is one of those things that I usually complete in one go. So I've kind of I stuff in between here, I just put in the stuff that I have collected, and then I have like one evening where I just like write about these things and reminisce and so on and so forth. So yeah. they are a fun time. Let's set it up. I think I'll mostly just be focusing on setting up the cover of it, and as you might have noticed with the other one, it was quite shiny. Like you can see that it's shiny at the top, and that's because I like to cover my traveler's notebooks with like book covering plastic, just to protect them basically, and avoid any kind of spills or anything like that. With this book cover plastic that I just get from your regular like WH Smith or your nearest printer shop, it just preserves the book a bit better in my opinion. So that's what I will be doing after this cover is completed. Okay. I love raspberries, they're my favorite berry. Okay. I also got to stamp a little visit pass, which is really fun because I can note down here when is it that I started this Commonplace book, which is very fun. Okay, so I think now I need all of my things. I'm thinking of using this, this is actually the Aesop bag that I cut the front off of, but I really like the paper. It's kind of like recycled paper, and I think I'm going to be using it as my kind of place where I write it down that this is a commonplace book. I have this envelope of little things, which is just a bunch of printouts, and I'm just seeing if there's anything in here I would want to use. Oh yes, and when I went to the miso paper pop-up, I got very kindly gifted these Moomin stickers from Megan, which is very extremely sweet of her. When I opened the package and I saw these, I was like, I shrieked. I think that's the best way to put it. This is basically just a printout of the kind of old illustration of the Moomin house and Snufkin's tent outside of the Moomin's house. Let's get started. This is my washi tape and PT tape collection. This is kind of everything I own apart from these like white washi from Muji. So I'll be using a few of these things as well. But I think I kind of hacked it by getting one of these boxes from Hong Kong, because I can't buy more washi unless it fits in here. And then I have a few of these things in here to kind of keep washi samples that I've gotten from other people. All right. I'm just cutting the little like Moomin logo from these because I feel like it's a little bit distracting. But I love these little guys. I feel like they're like the Moomin ancestors. Okay. And I also kind of wanted to include like this Moomin troll info graphic, even though I can't read it. So that there's kind of a balance of things happening here. Yeah. I don't know, do I still want the little flowers? Maybe not. I think that's perfect now, as it is. I'm gonna save the rest of these for another special occasion. Okay. And then this one I wanted to put, I think, on the inside. Or do I want to put it at the back? Maybe on the inside. I do want to think, do I want... I feel like I've been out and about so much the past few days that I'm a bit lost on where all of my things are. But I'm thinking to use this washi to put underneath here. It's just this really wide washi that I got from Hong Kong, which I just love. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I was gonna put these somewhere here, but I think it would look cool on this side. Okay, and then now for the front here, I want to write commonplace book. was thinking if there's any other kind of washi that I would want to, I'm thinking to include at the back here. Oh, but this is the rest of my, I really love this PET tape. Or it's actually kind of, it's washi, but it has a sticker backing. So I'm not sure what to call it. But it's from a museum in Hong Kong. I'm thinking, should I use some of this as well? Something I always like to do is layer this white washi from Muji. It's just my favorite. I love the kind of, it's kind of like this very DIY look when you just layer it on top of each other, and just it in itself looks really beautiful to me. I'm thinking to put some here. Okay, and then here I would like to write Commonplace book. I'm thinking before that to add some of this PET tape that someone sent me. I like this, it says probably. Okay, I think that's it for this cover. Maybe I would want to put some stickers back here as well. Let's see, I feel like we could do a nice cover for the comment corner. Or maybe even, do we want to put this at the front? I feel like it would look quite nice here by the traveler's notebook. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, is there anything else? Yeah, I feel like I want to add to the back. I feel like this is pretty good for exactly that. Yes, that's perfect. Ah, okay, I love it. Okay, I think on here I'm gonna write the comment corner. I'm not sure if this space is meant for writing, but I'm gonna write there anyway. That's good. Oh, this doesn't really want to stay on here because it's PET tape on top of washi tape, so it wants to kind of lift off a bit, but it's gonna stay just fine once I put on the the plastic cover. Yay. Okay, so I think I might just use my Preppy. It's like cracked here, and I actually bent the nib like 5 minutes after I got it. It's gone through a lot, but it served me well. So it's the it's the M nipped, medium nipped platinum Preppy, and I have inside of here actually an ink. It's called the Autumn Oak by Diamine, and Jo gifted me this from her ink stash. Okay, so I want to write a Commonplace book number 8, or maybe just the Commonplace book, or just Commonplace book. Commonplace book. I'm gonna use the other traveler's notebook insert as a ruler, as I don't know where my ruler is. That's a very faint line. Okay, that's the one I can see a bit better. The excitement is always that I don't know how the fountain pen is gonna react on this paper. So it's always better to go kind of bigger letters than smaller letters, so they don't kind of smudge. Okay, so I'll definitely need to write commonplace book, even though I think commonplace is used as one word. So I'm just going to draw a little dash there. Okay, the commonplace book. It's not my favorite lettering that I've ever done, but that's okay. I know I'm gonna grow to love it. Quite pleased with that, actually. Okay, and I think we will leave it at that. Maybe inside I will also write Commonplace book number 8. I actually love how that looks. And maybe I could put this other one there as well somewhere. Yes, I'm quite satisfied with that. And I think that's it. There's definitely like a more calm vibe with this commonplace book than my previous one. So we will see how this starts to take shape as time goes on. Very pleased with it. Thank you so much for joining me this fine morning. I know that it was a bit more of a vlog style, or it feels like it was a very just, you know, chill with me at the common corner and set up my new commonplace book. Relax with me, I guess, that kind of vibe. But hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. I know that with the exam season coming, and there's actually quite a lot that's happening this upcoming kind of week or so. My videos shift and take shape with me, and however I grow and shape shift as time goes on. And I guess that's perfectly okay. That's what I always wanted this channel to be, is that it grows and shape shifts with me. I have had a thing in the past where I always want things to stay the same and follow a certain pattern, and if it doesn't, then I feel confused, etc. But I feel like this is a learning thing for me in this channel, that I can let it change. I can let it change and shift with me. And I'm really grateful for getting to learn that. I'm gonna put one more thing because I can't resist can't resist this PET tape. I feel like it would be fun to have this on, like, on here. Oops, it got a bit crinkled. So I actually ran out of storage right there. Thank goodness I just noticed it, and it was only at the very end. I just wanted there to be an outro and say that this is how that sticker that I put at the end ended up looking like. And wanted to say that thank you for watching, thank you for joining me, and I will see you hopefully very soon. Bye bye.